Hi everyone, welcome on board. Quick check, am I audible to all of you guys? And you guys can see me as well. You can reply on the chat, yes, no, I'm clear, then we'll get started for today. Okay, great. So we can see so many students out here. Yes, all right, you're all audible and seeing. Lovely, great. So welcome on board, guys. I know most of you guys must be very excitedly sitting and watching your IPL final as well also right now. But NMAT exam analysis and all of you guys who have your exams, thoda time ke liye IPL and ye sab chhod do. But let's focus on, making sure we get our exams and our MBS sorted, and then we can have fun watching all of these things, right? Great. So before we move further ahead, let me have a quick check. Where are all of you guys joining in from today? Okay, great. So good. We have so many people coming in from various places. Love you. Lovely. That's really nice to see all of you guys. And are you guys done with, how many of you guys have your NMAT lined up in the upcoming few days? Okay, yeah, a lot of people from Kolkata, Chennai, Chhattisgarh, Dehradun, Pune, Lucknow, Nagpur, Jaipur. Brilliant. Amazing. Yes, Janvi, that's a good date, good score, official mock scores. I read a couple of you guys also, Shubhain, and all your mock scores. Good scores, guys. Lovely, great. Sunday, Shubhain, you have exam. Brilliant. 18th, Monday, Rishiraj, 23rd. Okay, Arpan, Navdeen, this year only. Sure, Anurag, why not? Let's make sure that things get sorted and you get into NMIMS and come down to Mumbai. We'll definitely catch up all of you guys. I mean, I'm waiting to see all the students who have cracked last year NMIMS and are expected when to soon join Mumbai campus. So we'll have our mini reunion since we have all been connected online only, which is there. Great. About to schedule KM. Guys, do not wait for scheduling your exams. Those of you who have joined it and who have not scheduled, please schedule at the earliest. Dates full ho jati hai. You will not get a date or a slot only to give your NMAT exam. So don't keep delaying a lot. Date le lo. Once you take a date, apne aap preparation becomes also much stronger and better. Right? Yeah, so many of you guys have joined in. Hit the like button as well also. It'll keep me motivated to make sure, we get the analysis sorted full throttle. Okay, great. Kumar, aaj hi NMAT exam hua tha. Amazing. How was your NMAT exam? What score did you get? Brilliant, Navdeep. That's a very good score. See, don't worry about if your mock scores are coming less right now. Just do one thing. If your exam is in the next 2 to 3 days, make sure you guys are very much relaxed, not stressed about it, and take a deep breath, revise whatever you have studied, and go for the kill. Okay, so do not worry and don't panic ki yaar mocks mein score kama rahe hain, what do I do, thode se aur mocks de do ya kya karna chahiye. Next 3-4 days, if you have, please make sure you guys are only and only sitting and revising your concepts and nothing else. Revise the mocks, revise your concepts, and you're sorted. Nothing else is needed for all of you guys. Okay, Kumar, that's a really good score, 239. Very good, really nice. Yes, Ruchir, you need to apply separately for the NMAT accepting colleges for sure, so that you get a fair idea. You can apply to those colleges, which is there, right? Okay, great. So let's get started with today's session. I'm going to give you guys a detailed analysis with respect to how the NMAT paper has been in the last 2 days. I've spoken to almost 10 to 15 students on each of the days with respect to getting scores in all the ranges from 221 to 255. So a lot of students getting in various ranges. In fact, students who have got scores like somewhere around a 190 to 200 in the mocks have also made it to getting 235 plus in the actual NMAT as well, right? So let's make sure you guys are equally motivated throughout the whole thing and go for the best shot of yours. All right. So when we look at the exam, which is there, what kind of questions and everything which has been coming, I want your full focus till the end of the session. Please keep taking notes. It's going to be really helpful for you guys to make sure you are understanding all the aspects of what revision and preparation you have to do in the next few days. Okay. I think by now, all of you guys would know about the paper pattern. Those of you who have not booked in your slots, you should be knowing this for sure. You have 3 sections, 36 questions in each, total of 108 questions and 120 minutes time, right? Quants and DI, 52 minutes. Logical reasoning, 40 minutes. Verbal, 28 minutes. This is the time which you have for each of these sections. You are going to get your entire score immediately right after the exam, right? So you will make sure you have your scores immediately in hand. And that's the best part about it. You don't have to die in anxiety. All right. Now, some very important things for you to keep in mind is you can choose the order in which you're giving the exam. So choose whatever strategy has worked for you in all the mocks. If you have not made a defined strategy as yet, then I personally recommend this strategy, which has worked wonders for all the people, like 270 plus guys who made it to NMIMS Mumbai last year, right? We start with language skills, get done with verbal section, you're fresh in mind. Then we move to logical reasoning section and do, because reasoning with verbal reasoning and all of this, you need to understand and have a better analytical thinking with you guys, right? And then you move to the quants and DI section where we do last May, because quants has been calculation intensive this year, तो for sure हर साल DI और quants में हमेशा भले 52 minutes है या सबसे ज़्यादा time hai, you feel kind of worked up, right? So we will have that kind of approach towards it. We start with verbal, then do LR, and then do quants and DI section. Okay. Now, one simple thing which I have made advice all the people from the start to, how do you remember your NMAT? What do you have to do to, the simple NMAT is there. Firstly, there is no negative marking. So that's a good thing, right? So no negative marking at all. Secondly, you have to learn the approach of move on. If you guys remember, I used to always tell you guys, classify your topics into 3 categories: 30 seconds, 45 seconds, 60 seconds. You should not be spending more than 60 seconds on any of the questions. Okay. What you are like, when you have vocab based questions, you have your questions which are like, blood relations or coding, decoding. These should be like the 30 seconds category questions. Your questions of your fill in the blanks or sentence correction, para jumbles, these come under the 45-second rule kind of questions. Then your questions which are like from the sections which are time consuming, your verbal reasoning and your RCs and all of these are the 60-second questions. So when you're getting a reading comprehension passage, usme hame 4 se 5 questions aayenge. So I can give an overall of 5 minutes to the entire passage, right? So that is what is your move on strategy. You cannot be fixated at any question. You have to mark the question and move on further ahead. Third, keep in mind, it's an adaptive exam. Now, when it's an adaptive exam, one thing which is important is with every set of questions, your difficulty level will keep on increasing. So if you get a bunch of questions correct, your cumulative score becomes better and you start getting higher difficulty level questions and your score gets higher. If you're not able to solve that, it will give you questions which are lesser difficulty level, right? So that is where it will keep on reducing. So you have to keep in mind, I have to start giving bunch of questions correct together. So that's the adaptive nature of it. All right. End of the day, all of you guys are going to come back feeling happy and nice कि paper ना ज़्यादा tough नहीं था, हो गया क्योंकि आपका जो level है आपको उसी type के questions आएंगे. That helps you to stay calm all throughout the paper. Because if you are not getting a lot of questions, we start hitting the panic button, right? So that is something which you have to keep in mind and stay relaxed all throughout. It's a very last thing you need to keep. It's a time-based exam. It's completely your time management strategy and your temperament to stay calm and give the exam. So that's what you need to keep in mind all throughout. All right. 4 simple fundas to understand NMAT ka mindset, because every exam is all about the mindset. This will help you to make sure you are sorted. All right. Now, based on the 2 days talking to so many students, what kind of number of questions have come? This is where you're going to understand all the section wise, how many number of questions we have been seeing and all of it, right? If I give you a quick summary, 3 major topics which have been there throughout: arithmetic, critical reasoning, reading comprehensions. Nobody has come out of the exam saying कि ये topic के अच्छे number of questions नहीं आए हैं. Arithmetic के 9 से 12 questions have come. Critical reasoning, we have had students with 15 to 16 on an average, everybody. Some with even 18 to 20 questions. Reading comprehension, 12 questions, so everybody has got, right? A lot of questions which people tend to leave it for optional studies, but have been easy, not difficult. Scoring for you guys, modern maths mein you have your permutation, combination, probability. Do not skip this up. Vocabulary for analogy based questions. So make sure your NMAT official guide and NMAT maximizer analogy questions, you are doing it thoroughly. All right. Then the sentence correction and error identification. ये GMAT type tough sentence correction नहीं है. ये easy grammar based error identification questions होते हैं, which can easily be scored, high scoring for all of you guys. And last we have syllogism based questions, right? So this is what is going to help you guys understand and do these topics so that we do not lose out on marks. Okay. Overall, the paper pattern was similar to what it has been last year, and in fact pretty much similar to your official mock and the CATKing mocks. From the students who have given it, the most closest mock was the NMAT mock number 5 and 10, and along with that all your sectional tests, especially the last 4 sectional tests in the whole bucket. So make sure you're giving all of these for sure. Okay, the safe score, I would say, should be, your target should be 235 to 240 and a 75 plus in each section. Somewhere if the cutoff goes lower, party's on for us, life is going to be easy. But 235 to 240 should be your safe score target, which you are keeping in mind. Okay, I hope all of you guys are making notes, and I know I have some of the questions which is there. We are going to take all your questions towards the end of it, so do not worry about that, but hit the like button so that we can get into in detailed analysis of each and every section as well. Okay, great, lovely. So now that is great, now we are going to talk about now your quants section, right? Take a screenshot of this. All of these things are very important for all of you guys, and make sure you guys are watching the stream again back if you guys miss out on any aspects of it. This is your entire dissection of 2 days of NMAT paper, right? So look at all of this. You can clearly see quants mein arithmetic has dominated. Now, percentages 1 questions, interest 2 questions, profit and loss 2 questions. This is like, this is on an average basis, right? There might be somebody who got interest ka ek hi question, percentages ke 2 aa gaye, right? So this is what you're going to understand through it. So we are getting good number of questions from numbers. Numbers may maximum questions are coming from the remainder theorem concept because there is no calculator, but it's easy to moderate. It's not very tough. Arithmetic, 9 to 10 questions, easy to moderate. Modern maths, again, there were around 5 to 6 questions. Some of them were difficult. Some of them were easy to moderate. Okay. DI has been moderate to difficult. Today, got a lot of people giving feedback that DI was calculation intensive. Yesterday, a lot of people had the feedback that DI was not that extensive. Maybe because of a lot of practice, you are used to calculation intensive. But overall, definitely the quants paper is lengthy. Your 52 minutes will go by. You will not realize. You will feel ki I wish I had more time. And that is something which is going to make you feel once you come out ki I think quants was the toughest section, right? But it's doable. It's not taxing. All you need to do is revise your formulas and revise your solved examples of all the topics. That's going to be really helpful for all of you guys. All right, that's about the quant section. Let's move further ahead to your next section, which is going to be our verbal sections. Yes, so Shubhayan, when I say difficult sets in the DI bar graph, it's calculation intensive, because when there are a lot of close calculations and you cannot do a lot of approximations, that is what makes it difficult. Okay, great. You should not reschedule Siddhant. Go ahead, don't worry. Go for the kill. Let's now move to our verbal section. Verbal section has had 3 to 4 RC passages. One observation which has been there across all the papers is that now the passage questions are more inference based. So not factual questions, more inference based questions are coming in RCs. So it will be a little more time consuming for you. And hence I say that it's moderate to difficult, which is there, right? Parajumbles, we had like 2 to 4 questions, not too many questions. More than parajumbles, we saw questions coming from error identification or your sentence correction, which is your grammar based questions, right? Preposition come in the form of fill in the blanks. Sentence completion, again, easy, those para completion questions. Analogies, yes, was a little difficult if you are not able to understand what's the connect. Okay, so usually also analogies has been on the tougher side, but if you have a strong vocab base, it helps you to do well. So all the people who have been ignoring vocabulary because direct vocab questions are out of NMAT, you should not do that. Please go to your dashboard. You have the Norman Lewis videos. Binge watch that over the weekend. Netflix jaise dekhte ho, just sit and watch all the vocab Norman Lewis videos done by Rahul sir through the weekend. Make sure you guys revise the 555 word list and your important NMAT word list, which is there on your dashboard. ठीक है, ये सारी चीजें कर लो, काफी हद तक you will be sorted with the vocab, and that will not help just analogies, it will also help you in your reading comprehension section. Okay, 36 questions, which is there, 28 minutes time. You will not even come to know 20 minutes, 8 minutes is over, which is why we start with this section so that we are at our best reading speed and we are fresh. Okay, yesterday when we were doing, day before yesterday when we were talking about it, I gave you guys this funda that, you know, go with a high adrenal rush, have some chocolates, have some Snickers or hide and seek, Red Bull pee ke jao so that you're fully motivated for the next 2 hours, and that caffeine helps you guys, right? A lot of students tried it and it worked well for them yesterday, so you guys can do that as well. Try it out in a mock test. Acha lage so you can go ahead and give it in your actual exam as well. Okay, but keep one thing in mind. Each of these sections, especially a verbal section, people tend to lose time and leave questions blank. Unattempted questions leads to penalty. So please avoid penalty. You should not be losing marks here. Obviously, क्यों marks खराब करने अपने? Mark and move ahead. नहीं आ रहा है, move, mark something and move ahead, but you have to attempt all 36 questions in each and every section. ठीक है? So that's something which you have to keep in mind. Okay. Shubhan, yes, sentence completion is not closed test. Your preposition is closed test based kind of questions. Okay. Then we have your reasoning topics. Reasoning topics, on an average, 15 to 16 verbal reasoning questions. This, I would say, easy to moderate or overall moderate section, depending on your level of preparedness. If you have not done critical reasoning, आपको ये tough भी लगेगा. पर अगर आपने critical reasoning के सारे questions कर लिए हैं, especially अपने dashboard के LOD1 books और NMAT Maximizer book में से सारे के सारे कर लिए हैं, तो थोड़ा confidence ज़्यादा होगा with respect to verbal reasoning questions and how to approach them. Okay, analytical puzzles, a lot of students got 2 sets of puzzles and 1 set of input output questions. Last year there were people who got 2 sets of input output and 1 puzzle. So that is something which you can look forward to and try. Yes, this is time consuming. Okay, if I were to identify the time consuming blocks which are there in all the sections, verbal may it is your reading comprehension and your para jumbles. These are at time consuming roadblocks. Okay, in reasoning section it is your analytical puzzles, input output questions, and the tough one, verbal reasoning questions, which you may get stuck up at. Quants में usually time speed distance के questions अगर lengthy वाले हैं, calculation intensive वाले हैं, तो time consuming होते हैं, DI time consuming होता है, PNC probability also time consuming होता है. Okay, so this is what you should keep a fair idea about it overall. Other reasoning में we saw maximum questions coming from Venn diagrams and syllogism based questions. Couple of people got questions of direction sense, mathematical operations. वो थोड़े बहुत हैं, not ज़्यादा, 2 questions, but वो easy से ही हैं, right? So that is something which you have to keep in mind. Reasoning clear करना है तो very simple चीज है. Verbal reasoning, that's your critical reasoning, analytical puzzles, input output. ये 3 चीजों में God बन जाओ. Okay, so this is what you have to keep in mind to understand about the complete NMAT paper and what all has been coming and where you need to focus on. For people who joined in late, quick summary, which I had given at the beginning itself is, overall, the level of paper is on par or at par with what was last year. It's not easier. It's not difficult. Okay. CATKing mocks are also at par with the same thing. Most relevant mock is the NMAT mock number 5 and mock number 10. Also the last 4 sectional tests of each of the 3 sections. Your safe score target should not be 220. It should be 235 to 240. If the cutoff goes lower, we'll be happy. But to give you guys maximum clarity about the cutoff, we should be analyzing the paper for at least 1 to 2 weeks, because every day we have so many people giving the tests and various range of scores coming up, right? So the only thing you need to make sure you are cracking the exam is your practice in mock tests and your time management, how you are keeping yourself calm, how are you enhancing after analyzing your mock tests. Okay, so all of you guys, all the people who are sitting here who have your mocks or who have your NMAT lined up in the upcoming days, you guys should go ahead and make sure you are giving your NMAT practice mocks at the earliest. Okay, so let's get started with that and make sure you guys do not lose out on practice. Let's start at the earliest. Check out the NMAT CATKing mock series. It'll be really helpful for you guys. Ensure to finish the mock, see the video of the topper taking the complete mock. Along with that, make sure you watch the NMAT shortcut videos. They'll be really helpful for your verbal and reasoning section. All right. I hope the session was helpful for all of you guys. If there's something which has not been taken up, please drop it in the comment section and I shall take that up for you guys further ahead. All right. Bye-bye. Take care. All the best. And please do hit the like button to the stream. Bye-bye. Take care.